Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
I couldn't think of a better introduction to Kathy Spiers here on Beach FM. Kathy, a very good morning and welcome to the program to you. How are you?
Good morning, John, and thank you very much. Lovely to be here.
Wondering how on earth to respond to that. Kathy, of course, is chair of the Paraparaumu Raumati Community Board, and I believe you may be popping up in Raumati.
Yes, well, a few years ago, 2008, there was a local outcomes policy or document for the Raumati Beach area and the shops, and it's kind of been collecting dust. So, but there's an empty shop down in Raumati Beach, so we've been talking to a shop owner, and he's going to look to see if we can, as a community board, use that space and have a pop-up down there. And it would be really good, talking about what the local community's needs are. Also, with the annual plan coming out for consultation, it would be a good space for people to pop in. So hopefully we can have it for maybe 2 weeks, hopefully maybe even a month, so we can sit down there and have, rostered times and talk to our community, and that's what it's about, really.
And do you envisage that board members would be there? So
yes. Yes, community board members and councillors. Gwyn Compton had a meeting with him as well, and Martin Halliday, even though it's not his area, he's very keen on it. And Sophie Handford, of course, it's her area. So yes, so councillors and community board members sit down there and just listen to what the needs of the community are, which is really good. And hopefully we can work and go to different areas as well, like Paraparaumu Beach and up to Paraparaumu and maybe Kenakena, and get out and about in our communities.
And I see you've got a whole wodge of information there about COVID-19. Do you think that such a pop-up would be good for that kind of information? There's a lot of confusion about what self-isolation means at the moment.
There is, yes. And the Ministry of Health website have got a lot of information. The government's got some information as well. But I find that if you go onto websites, sometimes trying to find everything,
it's confusing.
It is, and so
on that, and the Ministry of Health website is very, very good.
Yes.
And once you work out how they've designed it, it is logical. But my gosh, it took me quite a few minutes, I would say, to find exactly what I was looking for.
Yes.
In terms of self-isolation. Once I got there, it was magnificent. 5 pages of very, very detailed and very helpful information. But you've got to be able to find it, haven't you?
Absolutely right. And I've got about 4 or 5 different pages of, or more than 4 or 5.
Yes, indeed.
But there's a staying at home self-isolation. There's what support is available, caring for yourself, infection prevention and control advice. So we've got all this information.
Yes.
Thank you to Renee from Remo Centre.
Oh, she's lovely. By the way, how did Saturday go?
Oh, excellent. I hope you're talking to Renee.
I talked to Renee on Friday, so I've got some idea what was planned.
Oh, yes, I heard you. And it was absolutely brilliant. The community came on board and we had actors, and it was really, really good. And there was a couple of things we could change, like just inside the door we had the public notice board, or in a real emergency we'd put the public notice board outside to stop the congestion inside.
Yes.
But it was really good. We just played some scenarios through, Team Medical's closed down and they're working out of the school, and New World's shut and they've only got cash, there's no EFTPOS, and so it was, the needs and the community. We had different spaces where people could go to get, people had lost something, somebody else might have found something. So, but the people that came, it was great. There was quite a few people from the community arrived, so it was brilliant, really good exercise.
What a good point about the EFTPOS, because I never carry cash anymore, and I suspect I'm not alone.
No, absolutely. I mean, even with this coronavirus, I'm saying people have some cash in your pocket, because you don't know. I mean, if you're self-isolated and you've got an EFTPOS card and somebody wants to come around and do some shopping for you and you haven't got the cash and you don't know the people, it's handy, because you don't want to go handing out your EFTPOS cards, do you, really?
No, you sure do not.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm delighted that worked out well, and I believe there's another one coming up in Raumati.
Raumati South, yes. There's a drill, but we're not sure. I'm still waiting for an email from Renee to see if that will actually happen or not with this coronavirus.
Oh, of course, yes.
But we've got a meeting this evening about it. but it's just waiting to see. Well, we'll know for next week.
Okay,
yeah.
well, we'll keep an eye on that
Yes,
one.
yep.
Now, you've been talking about the Mantukutuku, up the valley there, and I believe some of the residents have some concerns.
Yes, they came to us in our December meeting, but with people being away and everything, we're having a meeting this week with the residents of Mantukutuku Valley and the police to sort out how the police can help. The traffic is quite fast and quite dangerous up there. Council's done quite a bit of work now, so it's just knowing how to control the speed of traffic, because we don't want accidents up there. So it'll be a good conversation, and I think working together we'll come up with some solution of how we can work it. It's the same as Hillcrest Road. They've had some issues there,
Yes,
but the principal had a couple of words to a couple of the young lads, and it's not happening anymore. So
that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's excellent. I think there is an issue because, frankly, we're talking about hooning here, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
And there is an issue, the same issue that I think applies to the beach bylaw with the four-wheel drives. Because the four-wheel drive people say, but there's nowhere we can go.
That's right.
And I think there is kind of an issue there that if people want to indulge in that activity, to have somewhere to do it legally.
Absolutely, and I do know that four-wheel drivers do go up Mantukutuku Valley, but there must be some specific space I think they go to. But I guess it's the way they drive when they go in there and coming back.
Okay. So, well, good luck with that meeting. Now, I believe that the, what was it called? The Kiwi?
The Kiwi Riders.
The Kiwi Riders, that they're going to be replaced not so much with children having a seat, but possibly with more generations having a seat.
Yes, that's right. Good on Fred Davey from Paraparaumu Beach. He approached us a few weeks ago at the beach market wanting a seat just by where the Kiwi Riders were placed down at Paraparaumu Beach. And we had a couple of issues around, it was the last spot for a sponsored seat. Anyway, we won't go through all the details, but Fred's getting his seat in about 4 to 6 weeks. It's been ordered, and installation will take about 4 to 6 weeks. But there's some older people that walk there, and it's really good. That's the spot they need to stop. So
Dead right. Which means, you see, they can walk twice as far.
That's
if
right.
There's a seat.
That's right.
They can catch their breath and let the old legs recover.
Yes.
So that's wonderful. So that's the Fred Davey Memorial Seat, is it?
Sounds like it, doesn't it?
Good on you, Fred. That's great stuff. And good on you, Kathy. So that's what's been happening with the Paraparaumu Raumati Community Board.
106.3 Beach FM.